Good morning. Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sandhills. It's time once again for Mornings with the Leader Man. I am Steve Leader Adams, fresh off of, well, let me dig it up and tell you. Come on, phone, hurry up. Fresh off for 5 hours and 10 minutes of fine sleep, according to the Fitbit. But along with me this morning, guy who can make it on any amount of sleep, whether it be from a foxhole or from a comfortable bed. It's the Colonel, retired Marine Colonel Jeff Drummond. Good morning, Colonel.
Hey, good morning, Moore County. Good morning, unfortunate Aberdeen, as the pilot's failing pamphlet and coupon delivery system refers to you. It's trash day in the Pines, people. Head on out to the end of your driveway and pick up that prepackaged trash. Bring it in the house. You can use it for a bird cage liner. Maybe put it in the bottom of your kitty litter box. Or, the cage you keep your dog in. Yeah, that's kind of... I don't know. Hopefully you don't keep your dog in a cage.
But, hopefully he doesn't read.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, you don't want to torture your animals with that. But, get down there to the end of the street, pick it up, and get rid of that trash. It's a lot of rain. You don't want that stuff floating into the water system here in the sewers. It's even bad for that.
Don't forget, of course, we are being heard and seen around the world on our live video stream. That's available to you right now at talk973.com or talk1041.com. Top middle of the page is where the link's located. You can dial that up and watch us right there on our video stream, or you can watch it with YouTube on your portable device. Just go to YouTube, fire that up, and put WEEB. Put Mornings with the Leader Man into your YouTube search. And if you are, I spilled some Mocha Atkins diet drink here on my desk, and that's what I'm doing, cleaning that up before it gets on everything. And now I'm back in sync. And if you're on your mobile device, like I said, YouTube, put Mornings with the Leader Man. Now, also on your mobile device, if you just want an audio stream, you need a streaming app such as TuneIn, iTunes, or Streama. Put that on and put WEEB into that search. And if you just want an audio stream on our website, the icon in the upper right-hand corner of every one of our web pages at talk973.com or talk1041.com. There's an icon that says on the air listen live. Click that once and you're listening that quick. Weather for us today here in the Sandhills area is going to be just a repeat of what we've had for the last month. Partly cloudy, thunderstorms in the afternoon and evenings. Highs in the low 90s. Heat indexes in the low 100s. That's it. Probably for the next 30 days, but at least for the next 10. Right now around the Sandhills, winds are calm, visibility 10 statute miles, pressure 30 even. Dew point in the muggy 73. Humidity 97%. It's sunny and 74 degrees currently here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. All right, it is 7:37, 37 past the hour on this muggy Wednesday. And what's happening in the news? Well, one thing we know, if you get invited by Congress, you don't have to prepare. You just show up and they'll do all the talking.
Yeah.
What a farce that was.
Amazing.
Bill Barr, of course, was invited to Congress to answer their questions about the Justice Department. And they asked question after question after question. Of course, he went to answer, and they would say, reclaiming my time is limited, I'm reclaiming my time. I don't want to hear what you have to say. I want the grandstand for the cameras because I'm up for election and I need the soundbite for my commercials.
Yeah, clowns.
Yeah, it was disgusting.
Yep, evil clowns.
And I want to talk about how rigged the investigation was. It cost you probably about $100 billion in the investigation cost. And how about all the lies that Clapper and Brennan and Comey told, and all the lies that Strzok and Page told, and all the lies that Obama and Biden told, because they kicked off the investigation from the Oval Office, a sitting president illegally spying on a presidential candidate. They don't want you to hear about that, and trying to influence the outcome of an election in favor of Clinton. No, they don't want to get to that. They just want to try to blame Barr for protecting for protecting the federal buildings and inciting riots. The riots were already there. Yeah. We were just trying to save the buildings. And then yesterday also, I'm having a senior moment now. Biden was asked some questions at his little press conference. First, he read his prepared teleprompter speech.
Don't worry about your senior moment. Biden doesn't remember his name either.
Biden had his teleprompter speech and took a few prearranged questions, because he looked down at his sheet and go, Smith, are you here? Yeah. And Smith would come up and ask the prearranged question, which Biden had the prearranged answer for. And he was asked, how would you handle the defense of the buildings? And Biden says, well, we do it like we did during when I was at the White House. We use local police. Well, the reporter didn't bother to follow up and say, well, local police have been told to stand down by the local mayor.
Yeah.
What you going to do then? Of course, they don't ask that. That would be a little more difficult of a question. And he quickly got away from the real answer. And it just a farce of a press conference.
Yeah, I'm wondering what the Dems are going to do with their convention here, because according to an article I've just read, more than 1,000 police departments who would normally send personnel to guard the convention have withdrawn. They're not going to support the convention. They're not going to provide people to guard the convention because local police in Milwaukee have said, or actually the local city council or whatever, has directed their police department, which would be coordinating all this, or the central part of all this, has said they cannot use tear gas or pepper spray or anything like that. So no one will be able to use that. So all these police departments nationwide have said, oh, well, we're not going to put our officers in a dangerous situation, so we're going to withdraw our support. None of our people be showing up. And at least 3,000 officers that had been counted on to appear in Milwaukee to do this security for the dimwit convention have withdrawn. So, yeah, there you go. I'm sure Biden have a great answer for that. I guess he could just stand out there on the steps of the convention center and everything would be all right.
Yeah, and Barr was describing some of the things that these peaceful rioters were doing, like using ball bearings and slingshots, high-powered slingshots, and using commercial-grade mortars to fire firework-type projectiles at them.
Right.
And these are the type of projectiles that you see at commercial fireworks that shoot mortars, several thousand feet in the air to explode.
Yeah, so if you've ever watched the 4th of July fireworks display, the little things that shoot those rockets up in the air, yeah, they're fairly robust systems. They're called mortars. And, yeah, these clowns have these things, and instead of shooting them up in the air, they're pointing them at the cops and shooting them into the cops, into the federal building.
And the ball bearings, when they hit, they bruise them all the way down to the bone.
Yeah.
And if you've ever had a bone bruise, that's very painful.
Right. So, yeah, what's going on there is an assault. It's an insurrection. The cops the federal police, federal law enforcement, local law enforcement is more or less out of it because the city fathers have, the city idiots have told them to stand down. But the feds are picking these people up, and they're identifying ringleaders in a lot of these places. I think in Portland they had 60-some-odd people they've arrested there. So I don't know where it's going to go. Hopefully they take them to federal court and they get a good stiff sentence. Probably not likely, but they've been arrested, so that's on the record here. So hey, been arrested for being stupid, leading an insurrection, assaulting police officers with deadly weapons, etc.
Well, it'd be a nice place to start anyway. But
well, have you noticed though that Seattle, Portland, some of these cities, I wouldn't have expected this stuff in Portland or Seattle. Maybe I should have, but where you haven't heard this stuff going on, Detroit, Baltimore, etc. Detroit has not had any of this garbage going on. And I would have thought, hey, Detroit would be a prime place for all this stupidity. And there's a article, I think it's on Breitbart. They interviewed the chief of police from Detroit, and hey, what's going on? How come they're not burning down what's left of Detroit? Not that there's much there to burn anymore. And he just, the police department, the police chief there said, hey, we decided early on we're not going to cede any ground to these radicals. And he's a black chief of police, and he said, called them radicals. He said, the people of Detroit are tired of all of this stuff over the last 20 years or so. We don't want it anymore. We're not going to cede any ground to them. And when these clowns showed up, the Detroit Police Department put it on them. And early on, it was almost a month ago, I mentioned an incident where there were some people blocking a road or whatever, and the police car pulled up and wailed them, and the cops got out and took care of them, and they weren't backing down to any of this crap. And you haven't heard a peep out of Detroit. I mean, I'm sure there's things going on there, but not on the level of Portland, Seattle, Chicago. Well, Chicago's in its own third world orbit there. But New York is descending into chaos. Baltimore probably is. Haven't heard much out of Philadelphia either. But Detroit, black chief of police, and he just came out and said, we're not taking it from these radicals, and we're not going to cede any ground to them. And they've put a thumb on them, and the people of Detroit have had enough of this. And if you think about Detroit in the last 20, 30 years, they've kind of been a focal point for all this stupidity. And I would have thought that place would have been in flames, and it's not. Mm. And gee, it's because the local police are doing what they're supposed to be. They're doing what they're paid to do.
Right. Well, of course, after Biden came out yesterday with his little press conference in Delaware, he answered his softball questions and then tootled back to his cave. And
I mean, you can look at him, from just a year ago pictures. He's deteriorating fast. He's like a mannequin in a wax museum that's on fire. Man, his face is melting.
But you could tell, all the questions were prearranged, and he had the answers there on his little cards, and
he can't even read the teleprompter at this point. I mean, he was reading, his whole thing was on the teleprompters, and he couldn't even follow that.
And another thing, somebody got a picture of one of his cards, and Kamala Harris was the name at the top of the list there. Mm-hmm. So, don't know if she's the pig, but
well, all this stuff with
these
hearings, etc. They have to go hard over here and get rid of Trump, because if Trump gets a second term, that's when the axe is going to fall, and these people are going to start getting charged, and they're going to go to trial, etc. I think he ought to start it now, but again, politically, I don't know if that would enhance his reelection or not. In my estimation, it would, but by and large, they know better. They know what the feel is, but if he gets elected for a second term, that's why these clowns are going whole hog, because they're afraid, like Susan Rice, she should be in prison. Hillary should be in prison. Bill Clinton's a pedophile. He should be in prison. All these people are going to.
But if they get in office, it's going to be so hard to get them out, because the first thing they're going to do is open the floodgates at the border, make all these people make sure they can vote. And that will be that.
Yeah, and and part and parcel.
They'll outvote us every time, and the Republicans won't see the light of day ever again.
All your state and local legislatures are in on it. I'm not even sure, down to the city councils, they're not in on it, because you're not getting any support, you're not getting any pushback in Raleigh and so many of these other state legislatures. Yeah. Even if they're in Republican hands, they're not pushing back.
All right, we're going to change things up just a tad. Play a little game with the Colonel. This is a game where we play the drum part on a door. A guy uses his hand to play the drum part on the door. And you try to guess this classic song.
Oh.
I'm going to do a real easy one first so you get the hang of this thing.
Right, well, don't hold any hope out here for this.
You'll get this one for sure. Just wait a minute. Stop Napster. Stop Napster. All right, now we can play the game. Here we go, Colonel. Number one.
Well, let me see. He's thrumming on an oak door. I can tell that. Solid,
right?
Not hollow core. And you want the name of the song?
Right.
I have no clue.
Sure you do.
It could be Happy Birthday for all I know.
No, Wipeout. Wipeout.
I have no clue. Who sang Wipeout?
You never heard Wipeout?
No, and you're no better than the guy slapping the door.
Well, let's try a couple more. Maybe one will come to you. All right, here's one. Here's another classic one.
The boy said my name's Johnny, and it might be a sin, but I take that bet and you're gonna regret, cause I'm the best there's ever been. Johnny, you're rising up your bow and play your fiddle hard, cause hell's broke loose in Georgia and the devil deals the cards. And if you win...
Wait a minute, that didn't play on the door.
Yeah, I was waiting for the door beat.
All right.
That's The Devil Went Down to Georgia or something. I don't even know the name of the song. I've heard the song.
Yeah, it's Devil Went Down to Georgia.
Yeah, but that's not the original.
Yeah, all right. Here is the door drummer. Here we go.
Devil Went Down to Georgia. No, it's some rock band. I don't know. Freddie Mercury or something. Yeah, okay, there you go.
Rock you. If Freddie Mercury is right.
Is that the name of the song, We Will Rock You?
Yeah.
Oh,
okay. Let's see. Here's another famous song.
No clue what that is. That sounds like my kid coming down the stairs in the morning.
Phil Collins, In the Air Tonight.
No, sorry.
Well, that's all the ones I have.
Thank you. Thank God.
You did so well on those.
Yeah.
Yeah. That bombed. All right, well, let's check in with a married couple.
We haven't heard from them in a while.
When couples are married for a long time, you can almost read each other's mind,
Yeah,
almost.
Almost.
And now today's episode of The Married Couple.
Walter, did you get a chance
Take
to...
out the trash? Yeah, I did.
No. Did you...
Feed the dog? Mm-hmm.
No, this isn't a game show. I'm trying to figure out if you...
Clean the grill and the barbecue?
No! Oh. Wait, yeah, that's it.
Yep, all cleaned.
Hard to be mad when he already did everything.
Join us next time for The Married Couple.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, a skydiver in Vermont recently lost his prosthetic leg when it fell off in midair. He says he didn't even realize it was gone at first and wasn't sure he'd ever find it. But he posted on Facebook and asked people in the area to keep an eye out, and a random farmer actually found it on his property.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was skydiving and had one of those oops moments.
Yeah. Is that what you call it, oops moment?
Yeah, here's the farmer.
I think my adrenaline was so high and I was just so excited I didn't even realize that I had lost it.
He's very grateful that we were able to find it without running it over with a machine or something this fall during harvest, or God forbid the combine sucked it up and it would have destroyed it.
It was just such a positive experience. I can't thank everybody enough, especially Joe.
Yeah, I had to whittle me a stump till I found that thing. Yeah. Well, I hope he enjoyed the skydive and the one-legged landing. 2 college hockey players at the University of Massachusetts got bored in lockdown and bought rollerblades. So earlier this month, they skated 900 miles from Massachusetts to Michigan and raised over $25,000 for the American Cancer Society.
I think this moment was so emotional. You couldn't help but let tears run down your face and just lay down and let your legs rest for a change.
I think we learned a lot about each other's determination, and our mindsets are about the same. I know that this guy right here will never quit.
Whether people donate it or not, it's just amazing that people are aware that cancer is a real thing.
This experience humbled both of us and made us just that much more grateful for the people around us and that much more loving, and you never know when someone you love could be gone the next day.
Wonder where they got the $25,000 from.
Don't know.
That's the key.
Well, I'm sure they didn't steal it.
No, I know. It'd be nice to see the business plan on how they got the people to pledge the money to, based on miles to.
Yeah, well, they probably went around knocking on doors, stand out in front of the Piggly Wiggly and ask people to donate.
Let's see. If you're a guy with hairy back, you're out at the pool and
right,
looking like a bear.
Yeah, one of the last ones out of the trees. Yeah.
And when you get in the pool, you hear the girls go, ooh. Well, there's hope for you.
Are you a fat, hairy pig who loves to hang out at the pool and stare at young women behind your mirrored sunglasses? When you sit down in the hot tub, does it look like you're stuck in a bowl of seaweed? Then you, my friend, need Bob's Back Wax, the only hair removal system guaranteed to make you at least 50% less disgusting or your money back. At Bob's, we specialize in big, rug-like gorilla backs, the kind of guys who look like they've got afros growing from their shoulders. We use only heavy-duty weed whackers to rip the hair out by the roots, giving you at least a month before you once again become a human Bigfoot. And at Bob's Back Wax, all our employees are hat chicks and thongs, trained to act like you aren't the revolting side of hair beef you really are. So come on in to Bob's Back Wax and get human before the summer gets here. Trust me, the guy who cleans the pool drain will thank you for it.
Pool drain. Yeah, there you go.
Well, most of the hair and stuff float, and they buy all the waves in the water. It pushes it over to the side where the skimmers are.
Right.
And they get trapped in these buckets there in the skimmers.
Hopefully.
Yeah. If not, they get trapped in the sand filters down in the pump room. Let's see. I listened to this earlier, and it doesn't sound. It says here a guy uses his dad voice to scare away a bear. And my description says, here's a guy on the balcony using his, quote, dad voice to scare away a bear. is trying to break into his car by opening the door. He does it twice, and each time the bear is startled and slams the door shut. Doesn't sound like he's trying to scare the bear that hard here.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I'd be going, "Get out of here, bear! Don't you scratch my car!"
It's an immature bear. Yeah, they're afraid of you.
But
get one of those 500-pounders, they might not flinch.
But this guy, he's not doing much of anything. You'll hear it here.
Oh my gosh! Hey, no, don't do that.
Yeah, that's not a dad voice.
Come on, man. What's wrong with you?
That ain't much of a scare, is it?
No. No, it's just an immature bear, probably a yearling. You know, the first year the bear's out on his own, and he's out there, you know, looking for the cheap eats and things, and sniffs the door handle, figures out, you know, that's where you go to get access, and, you know, that's what they do.
They smell food, they go in.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, if you've had something on your hand, they're sniffing where your hand was and think there's something more in there, and they're playing with it. They're not really trying to open a door. They just, you know, as they play with the handle, the door opens.
Next time, lock your door.
Well, then they tear the handle off.
Good morning and happy Wednesday. We're starting off in the 70s this morning with a few showers around the area. Highs today back in the upper 80s and low 90s. And we'll also see scattered showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. Overnight tonight, we'll see another round of scattered showers and thunderstorms continuing. We start Thursday morning in the low 70s. Thursday afternoon, scattered showers and thunderstorms once again popping up in the afternoon. Highs in the upper 80s and low 90s. I'm meteorologist Zach Malak in the Weather Center.
Broadcasting from the top of the North Carolina Sand Hills, 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM, WEEB, Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Aberdeen.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. He was cool under fire, and there was plenty of fire, directed at Attorney General William Barr as he appeared the other day before the House Judiciary Committee. Not only was Barr repeatedly attacked by Democrats who control the committee, he was often prevented from answering allegations leveled against him and the Department of Justice. It all got to be too much for Ohio Republican Jim Jordan addressing his Democrat colleagues.
For months you've tried to get the Attorney General to come. He's here. Why don't you let him speak? Why don't you let him answer the questions?
Gentleman is not...
Time after time.
Capitol Hill correspondent Bernie Bennett.
The Attorney General was called to testify about federal assistance to police in cities overrun by protesters.
In selected cities where there has been an upsurge in violent crime, we are stepping up and bolstering the activities of our joint anti-crime task force.
Chairman Gerald Nadler attacked Mr. Barr's motives.
There are those who believe you are sending federal law enforcement into these cities not to combat violent crime, but to help with the president's re-election efforts.
Ranking Republican Jim Jordan defended Mr. Barr from Democrat attacks.
You guys attack him every day, every week, and now you filed articles of impeachment against him. It's ridiculous.
Bernie Bennett in Washington.
4 of Big Tech's leading lights testified today before a House panel that spent the past year investigating market dominance in the industry.
They represent Facebook, Amazon, Google, and Apple. Their industry has transformed society, linked people around the globe, mined and commercialized users' personal data, and infuriated critics on both the left and right over speech. Critics question whether the companies stifle competition and innovation and raise prices for consumers.
Correspondent Ken Lorman says those tech execs will testify remotely. Wall Street, Dow futures up 39 points. NASDAQ futures 58 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
If you've fallen behind in your credit card payments during the shutdown, you're probably feeling some added pressures. And even a brief history of late payments can lead to a big drop in your credit score. But you don't have to solve these problems alone. Trinity Debt Management can help. We'll work with your creditors, put a stop to late fees and other penalties, and make a plan that helps you get caught up. We'll also consolidate your bills into one easy-to-manage monthly payment and negotiate much lower interest rates. Not only will you find immediate relief, you'll save thousands. And don't worry, it's not alone. It's a smart way to get back on track. All you have to do is give Trinity a quick call, and we'll take care of the rest. Right now, no one really knows what the future will bring, but one thing is for sure. If your debt has you down, we should talk. Here's the number.
Call 1-800-990-6976. That's 1-800-990-6976.
The Turkish parliament has passed a law aimed at controlling social media platforms.
The legislation applies to all foreign social media companies that are used more than 1 million times a day by Turks. They'll have to store local users' data on servers based in Turkey. In addition, they'll have 48 hours to remove content ruled to be offensive. If they fail to comply, companies will face massively increased fines, a block on advertising, and could have their bandwidth reduced by up to 90%. President Recep Tayyip Erdogan's government says it'll prevent slander and breaches of privacy. His opponents believe it further restricts the space they have to operate, targeting those critical of the government.
The BBC's Danny Aberhart. Holocaust survivors supporting a campaign targeting Facebook head Mark Zuckerberg, urging him to take action to remove denial of the Nazi genocide from the social media site. News and analysis, townhall.com. Two-time American League Cy Young winner Corey Kluber could be done for the season after just one inning for the Texas Rangers.
Kluber has a tear in a small muscle in his right shoulder that won't require surgery. However, even in the best-case scenario in this shortened season, he won't throw again for at least 4 weeks, which is when he'll be evaluated again. Kluber exited Sunday's home game against Colorado after one scoreless inning with tightness behind his shoulder. It was his first start in the majors since May 1st, 2019, when he broke his right forearm on a liner to the mound. He injured his side during rehab last summer. Jeremy House reporting.
John Lewis will lie in repose at the Georgia Capitol in his hometown of Atlanta, one of the last memorial services for the late Democratic congressman before he is laid to rest. Once again on Wall Street this hour, Dow futures up 25 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
The greatest comeback of all time is underway. Remember to shop local businesses. A reminder from Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
Hello, I'm Pat McLean, and would like to welcome you to McLean Drug. McLean Drug is located at 735 South Bennett Street. We offer easy access, friendly, helpful service, drive-through pickup, and discount drug prices. And don't forget at McLean, we offer pet and equine prescriptions. So when we say make McLean Drug your one-stop shop for all your prescriptions, we do mean all.
McLean Drug at 735 South Bennett Street in Southern Pines for all your prescription needs. 246-9355.
Hi, I'm John Cole with John Cole's Plumbing Professionals. We would like to express our sincere appreciation to all our loyal customers for voting us Best Plumbing Company in this year's 2019 Best of the Pines. We will continue to offer excellent customer service, professional workmanship, and affordable pricing. Don't just call a plumber, call a professional. John Cole's Plumbing Professionals, 910-639-4933.
John Cole's Plumbing Professionals.
Cooper Ford in Carthage. Family owned and family friendly. Your hometown dealer that understands what it's like down on Main Street, at church on Sundays, or in the backyard on a hot summer night. Cooper Ford knows that things are uncertain for a lot of folks, but that doesn't mean that you have to do without the affordability and dependability of a new vehicle from Cooper Ford. Right now, get 0% APR financing on most new Ford cars, trucks, or SUVs, with huge hometown discounts for qualified buyers. Shop Cooper Ford's huge inventory, and if they don't have what you want, they can get it the next day in most cases. Truth is, it may be a while before things get back to normal, but Cooper Ford is in it for the long haul, every step of the way. And that includes certified service after the sale, with no games, no gimmicks, just upfront pricing and a commitment to doing what's right. Just off 15501 in Carthage, or on the web at cooperford.net. Thank you for your continued support from everyone at Cooper Ford in Carthage. Always working hard to be your hometown dealer.
Are you tired of dealing with box stores and their lack of product knowledge? Come see the professionals at Pinecone Flooring, the Sandhills Design Center. Pinecone Flooring has the largest inventory and samples in the Sandhills, featuring waterproof luxury vinyl plank, hardwoods, carpet, and even water-resistant hardwood. Come see our brand new showroom at 400 West Pennsylvania Avenue in Southern Pines, Monday through Friday, 8 to 6, and Saturday, 10 to 4. Call Ellen, Robert, or Tony at 910-757-0478 to schedule your free estimate. Mention this ad and get free shoe molding with purchase.
Hey, IHOP on 15501 in Southern Pines is now open with regular hours, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., Monday through Sunday. Dine in now with 6 feet distance between the tables. Paper menus have replaced the plastic menus for health reasons. Sanitizers are available. Servers are wearing masks. Takeout orders are still available. Drive up, an employee will come to your vehicle and take your order. Go online to ihop.com/en to see the menu and call in your order at 910-556-4589.
I just love IHOP.
If you're like me, you have to be diligent about watching your weight every single day. Despite how well you watch your weight, the one barrier that's always standing in your way is the belly fat you just can't seem to get rid of. Despite your best efforts, it's always there. Well, now there is a way to get your body to release the fat stored in those belly or thigh fat cells. It's the Ultra Slim Fat Melting Method, a non-invasive, non-surgical body sculpting treatment. This is a light therapy treatment, and the best part is you're guaranteed to lose 2 inches in your waist, hip, or thighs in a 32-minute treatment. I know it works because I've done it. What have you got to lose besides those 2 stubborn inches? Dr. Sharon Wright with Wright Chiropractic in 7 Lakes can give you all the details. Why not set up an appointment by calling her at 673-2225. That's 673-2225 and tell her Steve sent you. And finally say goodbye to your stubborn belly fat.
NCN News. I'm Mike Rayleigh. State officials say they are seeing some early signs of leveling in the numbers on coronavirus, but warn people they need to keep up their guard. At a briefing, Governor Roy Cooper says now is not the time to let up on prevention.
And it's because we've mandated masks and eased restrictions carefully in modest phases. We do not want to go backward. Stable is good.
North Carolina leaders on Capitol Hill are remembering civil rights icon and Congressman John Lewis as a moral and genteel man. North Carolina Congressman G.K. Butterfield tells Spectrum News 1 that Lewis carried the weight of history on his shoulders.
John Lewis was guided by principle, by scripture, and by doing the right thing.
A month after the Supreme Court said President Trump's administration couldn't wind down the DACA protections, Stephen Portnoy reports.
Last month, the Supreme Court ruled 5-4 that the administration acted in an arbitrary and capricious way to scrap DACA. Now renewing its effort to eliminate the program, the White House aims to build a case that deferred action for childhood arrivals has served as a magnet for illegal border crossings. Going forward, DACA renewals will be for only 1 year, not 2. New applications from people who were previously too young to apply will be rejected.
The CEOs of Silicon Valley's biggest tech companies will face questions from Capitol Hill lawmakers today. More from CBS News correspondent Steve Dorsey in Washington.
House lawmakers are examining whether Amazon, Apple, Facebook, and Google have too much control over the tech marketplace. They'll hear virtually from their CEOs. It'll be the first time they'll testify together, and it comes as some progressives push for Congress to better regulate the tech industry and break up some companies.
Officials say a deputy in North Carolina was shot early this morning, and the suspect in the shooting died. The Haywood County Sheriff's Office and the Canton Police Department say the shooting happened on a highway in Canton. You're listening to NCN News.
Farmers make a difference in your life every day, from the food on your plate to the clothes on your back. The agriculture industry is the backbone of North Carolina's economy. Remember to thank a farmer for all they provide. Farm Credit is dedicated to doing our part to keep farmers farming. Our team of experts provide lending solutions to keep North Carolina's farmers doing what they do best. Farm Credit, we're farmer strong. Visit us at farmcreditofnc.com.
Hurricanes are not just a coastal problem. Their impacts can be felt hundreds of miles inland, and significant damage can occur without it being a major hurricane. Alternative Power, your North Carolina Generac Power professionals, encourage you to determine your own risk and have a plan. It's important to recognize warnings and alerts and take necessary precautions. Alternative Power guards homes against extended outages with a Generac automatic standby generator. Alternative Power is North Carolina's Generac experts. See more at alternativepower.com.
The first ever Carolina Classic Fair won't be happening this year due to COVID-19. The city of Winston-Salem says it called it off because of the rising numbers of coronavirus cases in Forsyth County. Meanwhile, State Ag Commissioner Steve Troxler says the fate of the North Carolina State Fair in Raleigh remains uncertain. There should be word on it today.
We have not made a decision on the State Fair. That decision is going to have to be made before too much longer.
There are new coronavirus concerns in several southern states. Jim Crisula has that.
Republican governors in Tennessee, Mississippi, South Carolina, and Missouri have all resisted calls to close bars and gyms or issue statewide mask requirements. Health officials in Mississippi and South Carolina are searching for additional hospital beds as COVID-19 cases surge. Intensive care units in 9 of the biggest hospitals in Mississippi are filled to capacity.
The baseball season descended deeper into crisis on Tuesday. Naomi Ruckham has more.
All games on the Miami Marlins schedule are postponed through Sunday after a COVID-19 outbreak in the ball club. More than a dozen players and staff have reportedly tested positive. Major League Baseball issued a statement Tuesday saying, given the current circumstances, MLB believes that it is most prudent to allow the Marlins time to focus on providing care for their players and planning their baseball operations for a resumption early next week.
The Carolina Hurricanes and the New York Rangers begin their NHL season play officially on Saturday by opening a best-of-5 playoff series in Toronto. Canes coach Rod Brindamore says there are things to learn about tonight's preseason game.
We need to see how our guys are playing, obviously, but just more the meshing of everything, and are we grasping our game plan?
Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
Hello and happy Wednesday. This afternoon we'll see another round of scattered showers and thunderstorms. Highs today will be in the upper 80s and low 90s. Some of those showers and storms continue overnight tonight. We start Thursday morning back in the low 70s. Thursday afternoon our highs are in the upper 80s and low 90s once again. We'll also see scattered showers and thunderstorms Thursday afternoon. Storm chances looking likely in the afternoons through the weekend. I'm meteorologist Zach Malak in the Weather Center.
Right now here in the Sand Hills area, we're looking at sunny skies and 75 degrees. Humidity 96%, dew point 74, pressure 3003, winds south-southwest at 3, visibility is at 10 statute miles. It's 8:15. Let's take a look at your Sand Hills news for this Wednesday hump day. Police have identified a suspect in the deadly family's double shooting that took place in Lumberton. Warrants were issued Monday for Xavier Joseph Kenneth Green, 25, of Florence, South Carolina. According to the Lumberton Police Department, he is wanted on 2 counts of first-degree murder. Green is 6 foot, African-American, 185 pounds, with brown eyes. Green is accused of killing 2 women Friday in the parking lot of Family Dollar store located on East 5th Street. Police said he fired multiple fire shots into multiple vehicles that were backing out of parking spaces. The victims were Kayla Kyle, 32, of Lumberton, and Kimberly Hunt, 41, of an unknown address. Anyone who knows Mr. Green's location or sees Mr. Green is asked to call 911. An anonymous group of individuals is offering a $5,000 reward for information leading to the arrest of the double murder suspect. With the cancellation of the 65th annual Farmers Day Festival in Robbins due to COVID-19, Robbins Fire and Rescue find themselves short on their equipment budget. They will still be selling their raffle tickets and T-shirts. They can be purchased at the department or at their shirt trailer in the evening and Saturday morning. A Seven Lakes woman was arrested for stealing merchandise at Bernie's hardware stores located in Aberdeen and Seven Lakes. Moore County detectives arrested Patricia Whitaker Bondurant, 55. Monday, Bondurant was charged with 1 count of attempted obtaining property by false pretense and 2 counts of misdemeanor larceny. She is accused of stealing over $500 of merchandise through a period of a couple of months. And First Health Moore Regional Hospital has been recognized as one of the best hospitals in North Carolina by U.S. News and World Report in the publication's annual Best Hospitals recognition. Moore Regional is ranked 9th statewide and received high-performing marks in several procedures and conditions. That's your WEEB local news this morning from Sand Hills Sentinel. And, of course, you can go online to sandhillsentinel.com for more information. It is 8:17, time for sports. That's next right here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB.
NCN Sports, I'm Josh Zach. The Toronto Blue Jays dealt the reigning World Series champion Washington Nationals their 3rd straight loss yesterday, 5-1. They did it on the bat of Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who went yard, and so did Lourdes Gurriel Jr.
Now a fastball that he drills to center field, and it is gone! What a rocket off the bat of Lourdes Gurriel Jr. to give the Blue Jays the lead.
The Tampa Bay Rays won their 4th consecutive game 5-2 over Atlanta. The Twins doubled up on the Cards 6-3 in their home opener in their 60th season in Minnesota. Pittsburgh rallied for an 8-6 win over the Brewers. J.D. Davis banged a 2-run shot off the pesky pole, and the Mets beat the Bo Sox 8-3 to sweep their 2-game series in Boston. Javier Baez homered twice, doubled, and scored on a left dive to the plate, and the Cubs beat Cincinnati 8-5. Tigers 4-3 over KC. Carlos Santana hit a 3-run shot, and Cleveland beat the White Sox 5-3 to complete a doubleheader sweep Tuesday. The Indians won the opener 4-3, while the White Sox were without manager Rick Renteria, who's not been medically cleared to return to the team after experiencing some COVID symptoms. Major League Baseball, meanwhile, has come up with a patchwork schedule for the remainder of the week due to the virus outbreak that's sickened half of the Marlins team. They
actually the reason they don't want it is because all the money that's going to be spent and made by individuals developing a vaccine for it. You know, 2 cents a pill versus $2,000 a shot. That's what we've got going on here. So, you know, you have these you have these lobbyists and medical people and drug companies, big pharma. You know, they want to make some money on it, and they're not going to make any money with hydroxychloroquine. It works though.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, but do you have a group of doctors that came out also that said hydroxychloroquine doesn't work and it could be harmful and blah 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 blah, and that's of course the Deborah Trumpers always seize on that and say, well, then Donald Trump Jr.'s tweet is false and his dad's tweet's false, so they pull them down and won't let them through.
Yeah. It's a lie.
Using their monopoly to censor news.
Yeah, it's all a lie, and you know it's been used in the military for years and years and years. And if you take a course
ever since Teddy Roosevelt
for
days.
14 days, there have been little or no side effects at all ever noted for a 14-day course. There are side effects if it's taken prolonged. There are several cases where individuals have taken it for like years at a time, and they've had some serious problems with it. And it's not meant to take every day for a prolonged months or years period. And you'll run into a problem if you do that with any drug. Even aspirin will have side effects taken every day over a course of years.
The first presidential debate scheduled for September 29th is moving to Cleveland after the University of Notre Dame announced that it could no longer host the event due to the pandemic. It'd be interesting to see, for sure. That'll be a night of get your popcorn out.
Yeah.
Wait and see. Apple is developing computer glasses, which put the screen of your computer on your eyeglasses. Thought we already had that with
It's been around
Google
for a while. Yeah,
The show must go on. The Emmy nominations were announced yesterday. They still plan to hand them out September 20th. I guess Hollywood can't go but so long without patting themselves on the back, because there are over 300 award shows in Hollywood every year of some type.
300.
Over 300, yeah. NASA launches another Mars rover this week to go further explore the red planet. This one will have a little helicopter type vehicle on the rover that can cover greater distances and
a drone.
Yeah, a drone that can explore, which might turn out to be pretty cool.
I guess there's
if
enough,
it survives the landing.
There's enough atmosphere for it to fly. Okay.
Because of all the nations that go to Mars, 50% don't survive the landing. So that's the big key. And every time they go, they change up how they land. And they go through different stages. Well, they'll drop this, and then this has to separate, and the rockets have to fire and stabilize, and then it drops another vehicle, and this has to separate. And I go, well, you had a system that worked. You just drop the ball, padded ball, and it bounces until it stops rolling, and then it deflates and opens up. Why change it? I don't get it.
Well, again,
you know, why reinvent the wheel every time you go?
Because you don't make any money on reinventing a wheel. Just like the hydrochloroquine, you don't make any money picking off a drug there that's no longer under the proprietary information kind of thing. You know, you can pick it up for 2 cents a pill. You know, well,
and
the
also,
big ball has already been invented, so you don't make any money reinventing it.
And I also know that these guys always map it out to last 20 years from start to finish. And they'll start the design work, build it, get it there, rove around, and then 20 years is up. Oh, it's time to retire on the government's nickel. How convenient does that work? So that includes them, building a brand new design and whatnot, all on your nickel. When we went to the moon the first time, we got there in 8 years. We went from not being able to get a rocket off the launch pad. We blew the first 3 up. And then we got to the moon in 8 years, including blowing up 3 astronauts on the launch pad and having to redesign the Apollo launch vehicle to get us there, and taking a 2-year hiatus. So actually we did it in 6 years. Right. And got there. But now to go back, they do a redesign. It takes 20 years.
Yeah.
And you know why? Because they put together a team, and the team stays together 20 years, and guess what? At the end of 20 years, they all retire on your nickel. How convenient is that? Doesn't take a genius to figure out why it takes 20 years to get back.
Yeah, and they took that thing up to the moon with a computer that was probably less capable than a Texas Instruments calculator.
Yeah. So it's not that hard to get there, evidently.
Well, maybe
but
not.
boy, they're gonna make it complicated this go round. Yeah, it was the propellant they used to fire the lunar lander to get off the moon was basically 2 valves open, and when the chemical mixed,
right,
it automatically ignited. There was no spark needed. Let's see what else we got. Topps, the trading card company, put out a Dr. Fauci baseball card featuring him throwing out the first pitch last week at the Nationals home opener. They printed up 51,000, and all have sold out at $10 a piece.
Great. They have a picture of him sitting in the stands with his mask down.
Yeah, well, don't do the math. It'll depress you. That's $500,000 worth of baseball cards. They're saying that COVID-19 could mean the end of the penny. As it is now, there's a change shortage as people hoard coins. So stores are asking customers to round up for charity to avoid giving back change or having it become a credit on their next purchase.
Yeah, be really careful with that. I read an article, Kroger, rounds that stuff up and or down or whatever, and
it's always round up.
Well, it ends up going to BLM or one of these communist infiltrator insurrectionist kind of things. So, yeah, be careful when these people ask you to give money, because a lot of times it's not going where you think it's going to go. It's not, it's one thing if it's a local person or event or whatever, but when you get into some of these big national things, most of that is a scam for some. You're digging your own grave, people. You're paying these people to sit here and do these things that they're doing here in Portland and Seattle and other places.
Well, the other thing is that, like Harris Teeter, well, they'll say, "Would you like to round up for the troops?" Mm-hmm. Well, for what? Like you're saying, which troops? And say no. And the reason I say that is because even if it's going for the good cause, right, for the troops, Kroger's going to grab all the credit. They're not going to say it's from all our customers.
Right.
They're going to say Kroger presents a great check to them, and the customers paid for it. So I'll donate my own way to the troops.
And that's if you ever can see the check that Kroger writes and see that it goes to who you thought you were giving your money to.
Exactly.
And that's the point. It doesn't go in many cases. It doesn't go where you think it's going to go. So America is one of the most giving, yep, charitable nations on earth. Nothing wrong with that. But give the money yourself after you've researched who you're giving it to, because you don't know where it's going.
And you don't know how much is getting clipped out for overhead.
Well, you have all those issues. Yeah, you have to do some good research, even if you give individually, and put write the check directly to a charity. Look, see what the overhead is. There's several websites out there that'll show you charity by charity by charity, how much goes to overhead, how much goes to salary, how much goes to this, that, and per dollar, how much is spent on the actual event or on the actual thing that they're saying they're spending it on. And you're going to be surprised. Some of them are down like in the 20-30% range. 30 cents out of a dollar actually goes to the research or whatever that they say they're spending that money on. The rest of it goes
and some of it, like 98%, goes to the charity.
Right.
Like Samaritan Purse.
Yeah, you're
not given to them before.
You're ending up paying some clown to sit behind the desk and basically solicit money. Hundreds of, some of these charities have people that are paid hundreds of thousands of dollars a year to do that, and then out of a dollar, 98, in that particular case, and there's others that are saying 98 cents out of a dollar goes into the pocket of some clown sitting at a desk.
Elizabeth Dole, when she was president of the Red Cross, was knocking down $2.5 million a year in salary.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Red Cross, I don't want to get started on
that. And let's see. And just checking the numbers, ice cream sales are up, deodorant sales are down.
Oh, Nancy went to the store, huh?
Today's a possible question. 43% have worn this on their head at least once. What is it?
A tinfoil hat.
Close. Mickey Mouse ears.
Mickey Mouse ears. Okay. I don't think I've ever worn Mickey Mouse ears.
From the Did You Know category, the average American family sends each other how many texts a year?
Oh, didn't we have this? It was hundreds of thousands of texts or something. It was a lot.
It was 10,000.
10,000 texts. Okay.
The number one topic is?
Oh, what are you doing? Where are you? Yeah.
Dinner plans.
Oh, dinner plan? Okay. All right.
More than 75% of us check our mail every day. 32% of American adults say their spouse is guilty of doing this in the bed. No, not that.
Snoring.
Hogging the covers.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there you go.
About 15% of business workers have business cards. The average person touches their nose how many times an hour without realizing it?
Yeah, this is a repeat. It was like 4 or 5 times or something. You just did it.
5 times. Yeah, I did. My mustache itched. Guys are more likely to be hit on at the gym if they're wearing this.
I can't remember what the answer was.
A hoodie.
A hoodie?
Yeah. Who knew?
At the gym?
You go like the Unabomber and you get hit on.
Get out of here.
While sharks account for about 53 bites per year, only one of those end up being fatal. However, cows kill around 20 people per year.
Yeah, they lay on you, man. You're done. They launch you too, man. If one of those gets underneath of you and flips you up in the air.
What they also do is they herd up together and they charge at you.
Yeah, they can do
that. Just trample your butt to death.
Yep.
Your ability to recognize faces peaks at the age of 32, and according to experts in the field, at least half of all snake bites victims were drunk when they got bit.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, yep, I know somebody got all fired up and said, yeah, I think I'll go snatch that snake.
Well, I can handle a snake. Watch this. I've seen Steve Irwin do this on TV. Yep. Give me a stick over here.
Well, the most important thing is identification. If you don't know what you're poking a stick at, then maybe you shouldn't be poking a stick at it.
Here's an idea. Just leave it alone.
Yeah, yes, indeed.
If his head comes nowhere near your body, you can't get bit.
And here's the other thing. If you get bit once, that's a clue. You don't stick your hand back over there and get bit again. I don't know how many people get bit 2-3 times trying to grab that.
I know a girl. She wasn't too heavy in the head, if you know what I mean. She stuck her head in a log pile and it got bit. And just to make sure there was a snake in there, she stuck her finger in there again, got bit again.
Yeah, there you go. What was that? What?
It was a baby copperhead both times.
Oh, man, yeah, that's bad.
And they unload on you.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, they didn't give her the crowfab, which is the antivenom. She got Benadryl, and they sent her home.
Benadryl?
Mm-hmm. And hands swole way up, but
yeah, I guess
that's all you get. All right, here are the top 10 pet peeves women have about men, according to Cosmopolitan. See if men recognize any of these. Number 10 is their fascination about lesbians. Number 9, changing the channel 8 billion times a second. Number 8, hate talking on the phone. Number 7, assume every guy who's not one of their oldest friends is a loser. Number 6, must win at everything. Other top 10 pet peeves women have about men: never seem to get the dirt on their friends' love lives. Number 4, refuse to put their dirty clothes in the hamper. See, I'm not guilty of any of these things.
Okay.
Obsess over action flicks. Number 2, buy power tools even though they can't change a light bulb. And number 1, leave the toilet seat up.
Okay.
Okay, you guilty of any of those, Colonel?
Oh, probably all of them at one time or another. I don't know. I've already forgotten what your list was.
Well, you see, men are capable of watching 3 shows at once on TV.
Oh, yeah.
Simply by managing the commercials.
Right.
And, yeah, if you got YouTube TV, you can watch this show to the commercial and then go to the next show and watch it to the next commercial and go to the third show, watch it to the commercial, go back to the first show and back it up to where that first commercial ended and start again, and you can watch 3 shows at once.
Yes. There you go.
It's a talent that men have. And women have the talent they'll say, can you put it on one show and leave it? No, because otherwise I feel like I'm being beat to death by commercials before the hour's over.
Well, that's if you're watching a channel that has commercials.
Yeah.
I don't watch them too much anymore.
Well, some of the programs are pretty good without commercials. If you sit there and watch the whole hour with commercials, you just feel like you got beat to death with them because they'll run right at 100 commercials per hour. Because a lot of the commercials are 10 seconds, 15 seconds, and 30, and there's a whole bunch of array of it. And in a 4-minute break, they can run, 20 commercials easy.
Yeah. Well, and then sometimes, actually, I do watch the news on occasion. There's 1 or 2 news shows. I don't leave it on all day. Can't stand it. But, yeah, every now and then you'll get the commercial break and then you'll get the blank screen, because I guess they haven't sold the time slot. So you're just kind of staring at a gray screen while the commercials are supposedly running.
Well, I didn't want that. I want the rim shots. There we go. Let's do these rim shots. I got them ready, so I might as well do them. So they don't go to waste here. Okay. Let's do them. All right, get this out of the way, get that out of the way. Now we can play radio. Video game sales hit a 10-year high, which I don't get. Why pay for Grand Theft Auto when most Americans can just look outside and watch it for free, right?
Yeah.
HBO Max hit 4 million subscribers in the first month. To put that in perspective, take how many watched porn in a month and subtract infinity. Kim Kardashian was seen crying during an emotional meeting with Kanye in Wyoming. Kim hasn't cried this hard since the last time her nude Instagram selfie got less than 1 million likes. Elon Musk is developing a chip that makes people smarter.
Uh-oh.
You can tell it works. People who get one implanted quit listening to Elon Musk. There's a rumor that Bill Gates will use a COVID vaccine to implant tracking chips, and another rumor he pays for haircuts. My point, rumors aren't true. Scientists say it will cost $22 billion to stop the next pandemic. That sounds like a lot of money for a sign that just says, "Don't eat bats."
No kidding.
Psychiatrists say a Belgian woman who acted like a chicken had a disorder linked to depression. The woman's brother found her in the yard crowing like a rooster and using really foul language. Today's National Lasagna Day, or as Chris Christie's case, National Eat Your Body Weight in Lasagna Day. Budweiser is launching a 50-calorie alcohol-free beer. They're doing it after being challenged to come up with a product even less desirable than regular Budweiser.
No kidding. Exactly. Yeah.
And so it goes for this Wednesday hump day. Have yourself a great, safe day. We'll see you back bright and early tomorrow for a Thumping Thursday. Until then, be sure to support all the mom and pop businesses you hear on this station, because they're the backbone of our economy here in Moore County. They've been supporting us for years, and it's our turn to support them one local purchase at a time as we stage our own economic comeback right here in the Sandhills. And when you give them first crack at your spending dollars, be sure to tell them WEEB told you to come. That will help us. And don't forget also that millions of Americans have fought and they have died to give and protect the freedoms that you get to enjoy today. Live today worthy of their and their family's sacrifice. I'm Steve Leader Adams, and the Leader Man, and Nick and Colt the dog. We'll see you at the dog park.
Better be laughing.